Hey there, folks. Karshel here. Welcome back. If you recall from our last episode, we were having some minor issues in Squin with the production crew, but they're doing okay at the moment. And this group is in full recovery mode from our little foray to get limbs. And boy, I'm telling you, things just get ugly out here. But now we are working on leaving um, while it's light and we can see before we start getting jumped by gorillas and beak things again. We're heading back out to where Celestial Paladin is standing by. I did not bring him in because this is a hive village, and being that he was outcast from the hive, I didn't know how they would deal with that. And I didn't want to actually take the chance to find out. So I played it a little bit cautious, and he has been hanging out in stealth mode out there with no problems. Don't come back, no hive. Okay. Ooh, those are new. Animal horns. Not a great price. Can I grab those? I think Karshel is being carried. Can he grab those? He can. Okay. Now, I really like the idea of being down here and working the beak things and stuff. But at this point in time, I cannot handle the incessant fighting. If I could take one and then have a break for a while, that's one thing. But getting down in here, it just goes one after another, after another, after another, with gorillas and stuff jumping in as well, and I cannot handle them. So it takes me a while to recover from a fight. Yay, the rain stopped. Okay. I can't force myself to not loot. I'm terrible when it comes to that kind of thing. And I think everybody is still overloaded. Well, or quite loaded. Okay, that's the gorilla. Now about the beak thing. Excellent. You can't carry much, but what you can carry, and you can't carry crap. Nor can Victor, nor can Jared. Flick's not here. Hobbs can carry a little bit. Hobbs carried all of it. Okay. We will continue our exodus. And once we get to CP, we will head right back over toward the outpost. Get limbs on Ainu and Flick 2. And then get back to a base location. My word. These little diversions sure can take a lot of time. And everybody should be in party move mode. I still did like that valley that we passed through on the way here. We'll be passing through it on the way back. I also do admit I don't necessarily mind it down here. We just can't handle it yet. Now, if you go through that way, the hub is over that direction. That has potential. But I would rather be more toward a real town that had more vendors than just the hub with its 2 bars. And the Thieves Guild, I guess, as well. So that would give me 3 vendors to sell at. And the party is back together. Okay, everybody up on top of the hill, please. Gonna kick the speed up a little bit, because for this little section, it appears to be relatively safe. So is that Garu up there? It looks to be Garu up there. So what were they beaten on? Bone dogs. Okay, I'm good with that. I have no problem with Garu. Oh, that bone dog actually dropped one over there. I should go loot it, but I don't care. I just want to get out of here at this point. I've been through enough. Now, if the bone dog comes down by us, I think that he would be seriously screwed. He's not in a good way anyway. Okay. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Whoops. So much for that supposition. Kill it. Kill it. Thank you. So, somebody loot that puppy. Oh, you can't. Well, it's nice and thought. Karshel, loot that puppy. Thank you. Uh-oh. We have a bandit. We do. Kill him. Kill it before it breeds. Thank you. Okay. Who can loot him? Orin can loot him. Thok cannot. Da, da, da. It's getting rather chaotic here. Okay. Who's carrying Orin? Thok is probably. So, now that he's close enough, okay, was able to do a full loot. Now, sand went down. How bad are you? Bad enough. Okay, first aid the sand, please. Whoop, Hobbs, what are you doing way back here? Just being lazy, it looks like. Okay, Dust Bandit, you're carrying. Victor, you are not. Go pick up Hobbs, please. Now back down here to the crew. Okay, sneak mode. Whoops, we still have sand that is down. CP, I don't believe you're carrying anybody. You are still recovering, but you should be able to pick up sand. Thank you. Now, everybody, and nobody's left behind, right? No targeting. Okay. And another little bone dog out there. See, now even this little valley would not be terrible. It would certainly keep you hopping. What do we got there? Hive Caravan Boss. Okay, I'm assuming that they are non-hostile. Dust Bandit is hostile. Caravan Drone, I'm assuming non-hostile. Now I'm curious here. Prospect. Freeze. Prospect. Why won't you prospect? Interesting. Will you prospect? Thank you, you will. Good water, good fertility, sucky everything else. But boy, this would be in the middle of a crossroads. That could be rather entertaining. I'm going that direction. So where's the nearest meds? I said meds. I didn't mean meds. I meant minerals and stuff. Okay, there's a copper node. There's an iron node. There's an iron node. I don't see a copper node out here. Because this wouldn't be a bad little area to me too either. Yeah, all that distance traveling and I'm basically right back by Squin again. Okay, so those where those two are at. I think I want to go that direction. Yeah, I got really far afield of the way station. So I want to go that direction. And are you just a lowly dust bandit? You are. Not in good shape, but not terrible either. See, but this would put me not too far from either the outpost or Squin. I kind of think that it would be on what is the equivalent of a main road. Is that copper? That's copper. Do we have iron in this immediate vicinity? We do not. So that would mean I would need to set up runners. For some reason, it does not want to just do a blanket prospect. Water, great fertility, great stone, great copper. You know, this might be a location. Waiting for autosave. 59 water is probably the best I've seen in this area. I think I'm kind of liking this, actually. So where would this be placed? Right in that little valley by Squim, not that far from the hub, not that far from the hive. I'm sure it would be in the Shek Kingdom area, and I get along in general with them as long as my issues with the Karl's champions aren't a problem. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Now, is the outpost that direction? Nope. It is that direction. Down that road. Squin is there. Okay, remember this. I kind of like this little valley. I've got copper here that I could mine to sell. I do not have iron, which could be worked. Yes, I do. I've got a 3-bagger of iron right there. So I could actually build the base in like this corner with that iron inside the fence, inside the walls. Okay, I kind of like that. Is that an iron? That is not. Just to confirm, outpost is that direction. Okay, move on, folks. I may have found my base location. I am going to get my other crew members and get them healed. Herc. Um, and then go from there. Are you a gorilla? You are way up here. Wow. I'm surprised by that. Someone's going to have to deal with him, and in my imagination, if I'm going to be putting a base up here, it's going to be me. Now, I don't know if it's suicidal to consider putting a base in the middle of a crossroad area like that. Oh, yeah, camp right there, too. But I kind of like that idea. Okay, that's where I'm going. Right over there. Now, since it's night and sneak is up, I think I'm going to run down the road here. Celestial Paladin is still showing signs of hunger. See, now if these were mineable, this might be a fairly handy place, but for the most part they are not. What's that? That is copper, which I'm assuming is that little node. Yep, it is. Got any iron? Not that I am seeing. So it's not as doable as I would want it to be. Okay. So continue on your trek, folks. Come on, boys. For the most part, I'm letting them do their own pathfinding. See, on top of that rise is not bad either, but there's just not enough actual flat ground for what I want. Not that I have a definite idea of what I want, but it feels right to me to have some flat ground to actually grow crops eventually. I'm assuming those are bone wolves? Bone dogs. Why do I keep calling them bone wolves? Not great stats, not terrible stats. If they aggro, they aggro. It's nice to be reaching a point finally in the game where it's like I'm not in fear of what I might run around and encounter out here because for the most part I feel I can handle it. And isn't that usually where I start to get my butt handed to me? And what are you folks? Please tell me you're not crawls. Regular sheks. Okay, I'm good with that. I am concerned that I'm going to screw up my faction with the shek because of Krall's companions. But at this point, I'm feeling like there's not a whole heck of a lot I can do about that. Okay, guys, you're almost back to a safe haven. Almost back to a safe haven. And as soon as I get here, I want it to kick an autosave off for me. So just in case I don't lose it. Oh, Flick and I knew 2 came downstairs. Okay, well, that's cool. Everybody inside, sneak off. And I'm going to go ahead and call this one here, folks. I appreciate your joining me for the trip. In our next one, we will finish getting everybody up and running and get some supplies, go out and start our base. Until then, Karshel out.